Hello, tarot friends. Welcome again. Welcome back. I'm going to do a flip through for the Everyday Witch Tarot by Deborah Blake, art by Elizabeth Alba. And we're just going to get right into it. The Fool, ready to jump right off the cliff. The Magician with all of his tools and his red roses at the top. The High Priestess, and we have the black and white towers, except for the black, the bottom, and white at the top. I guess it's kind of like the black with the white writing. And the various divination tools, and her familiar, and her many books behind her. Here's the back, and the cardstock is a nice thick quality. Here's the Empress wearing the red and white, which reminds me of the maypole. And a hound dog, which reminds me of Diana, and also a cat, and some trees that are very ripe and ready to be plucked. Here is the Emperor in his battle armor with his battle plans that seem to have to do with astrology. So here's the Hierophant. She is a yoga teacher. I suppose it could be he. I think it's a she. Yeah, it's a she. Okay, so she's a yoga instructor teaching the proper forms and helping students to get their bodies ready and into the right routines for a spiritual awakening or ascension, perhaps. The Lovers, and the two cats have their tails entwined. Beautiful Lover's card. And we have the Chariot. Instead of the horses or sphinxes going in opposite directions, we have this way and that way. Next we have the Strength card. This reminds me of the Wizard of Oz. We have the Cyclone, the Wicked Witch, even though I don't think she's probably wicked, but we have the Witch. And we have the Cowardly Lion, who maybe isn't cowardly, but that's what that imagery evokes for me. Then we have the Hermit card. Here the Hermit is in meditation, is possibly journaling or doing an out-of-body experience, but somehow going inward, I think, for seeking knowledge within the self. The Wheel of Fortune. She's a little sassy. She's kind of challenging you to spin the wheel and see where your fortune lands. I like her. She's got the red and the black divided and the yellow highlights. Now we have the Justice card. Justice is reading a book called Law and is balancing a white and black cat. Justice is blindfolded, however, there is an eye peeking out from under that blindfold, and I find that to be quite curiously interesting. And someone once pointed out, I believe, in her shadow, she looks sort of like a cat or like Batman, but it's actually that it's the chair, but it still makes an interesting sort of optical illusion. The Hanged Man, of course, is in suspension. Very nice. And we have the Death card, and the Death has this long blade and is cutting this cord. So, I like that. And also the Death card has these two doors. One is closed and one is slightly open and has light coming from behind it. So maybe suggesting two possible ways that one might be going at the end of one's life. Temperance is about balance and strength. And we have one eye open, one eye closed. I'm not sure exactly why for that, but we do have, maybe because this naughty little kitty has knocked down a cupcake. So, but she's maintaining her composure and her stance. She's not letting the things that are happening around her throw off her flow, but she's aware, her eyes open. The Devil, this Devil card is all about temptation. It's not too much of a scary card. It's more of a come hither sort of devil card, tempting the youths with things that they might enjoy. The Page of Swords has a feeling of bravery, and there's books, because swords are about the mind. This Tower card looks like maybe a spell that could have gone wrong, or maybe the spell went exactly as planned. The Star card. Okay, some of these are out of order, and I do apologize, but it's going to be all right. The Star card, I love these beautiful colors. That's fascinating. And this is very Rider-Waite-Smith imagery. Not as much. Some of them are more sort of modern. The Moon is one of my favorites. I like the way that the cat, things don't look quite the same in the moonlight. They're exaggerated. They're a little different. When the witch flies in front of the moon, a very well-used motif. The Sun card shows, the happiness, the sunflowers, new growth. We have new growth within the belly rather than having a baby, which some people really don't like. This is a really cheerful, happy card. I like that. We have the Judgment card, and I always feel like time to pay the piper and time to face the music come to mind when I see that card. The World, and she's just throwing her hat up in sort of excitement, like on that girl when she throws her hat up. She's going out into the world to conquer it. The Ace of Swords. Beautiful, beautiful. I love that. Very nice. Then we have the Two of Swords. I like that too. I could probably say more, but I don't have that much time. The Three of Swords, I like how the sort of standard Three of Swords card is depicted, but as part of a larger picture with a little more story going into it. Here's the Four of Swords, so we're resting. Perhaps we're waiting for that moon to fill back up. Here's the Five of Swords, and we have some discord, some disagreements. Perhaps things aren't going so well for everyone involved. Six of Swords is sort of an interesting take. And the Seven of Swords with the Smuggler. Then we have the Eight of Swords, who is trapped. And the Nine of Swords, who is up. She's got her books around her, and she's probably just not asleep. She looks like she's been up all night, and the sun's coming up. The Ten of Swords, it's all over for her, but she's not even giving up. She's reaching for her broomstick. She's ready for the next cycle. The Knight of Swords is flying right into the fray with his sword out. The Queen of Swords, very, very lovely. The King of Swords, there's just no way I'm going to make it through. The Ace of Swords. The Two of Cups. These are so out of order. I adore this Two of Cups. Very, very nice. The Three of Cups. Very traditional. But then there's also three little kitties in the background. I like the sort of all the little extra details. This is a good Four of Cups. It really represents that feeling for me of someone's bringing you something and you're just not there. You're just not in the place to accept it, to receive it. Too much other things on your mind. The Five of Cups, we've got the spilt cups and the sadness. What once was a happy occasion has turned sad. The Six of Cups, this is really beautiful. the Seven of Cups with all the choices laid out before her. And I'm about halfway through, and it just doesn't seem like I'm going to be able to make it all the way through. So I'm going to do this in 2 because I know I can do it in 2. So one more, the Eight of Cups as she walks away from something that she's been building. And the Nine of Cups, where she seems quite content and happy. Yeah, I can do quite a few more. The Ten of Cups. This is sort of hippie-ish and cute, but it also makes me think of Moses, oddly enough. Then we have the Page of Cups, who is an artist painting some sort of picture that we cannot see. And we have the Knight of Cups, who is just flying into the bubbles of, you know, imagination and fun and happiness, and not a real serious knight, I don't think. A fun one who is, yeah, gonna be all about fun. Queen of Cups. It's beautiful. All of the details are beautiful. Okay, well, that's it for the first part, and I'll see you back here for part 2 in just a few moments.